Okay, any other questions or? If not, our main job is to stay quiet inside, and then we can go to the next question. So I have something to talk about instead of just repeating how wonderful, simple this is. Okay, shoebox. Okay, shoebox.
We have a virtual shoebox. Okay. Several years ago, I heard you speak at a businessmen's conference, and I remember you said that if we are about to start a new business venture, we should keep quiet about it and not tell anyone until it is somewhat established. What if I need to tell some people so that I can get some help with my project?
I think I know who sent this, because he had the same kind of objection when I was speaking there.
It was in Toronto.
Mm-hmm. When I have a great idea and a business venture or anything, a great idea, I'm formulating it in my head, and hopefully I know that first I have to really formulate it, be excited about it, be very clear, and then I apply what we call critical thinking to it. And then again back to the dreaming stage and back to critical thinking. And in a sense, my project will work out better if I can do the critical thinking at an appropriate time. If I apply critical thinking too early, then it kills the project.
Maybe you can say for the new people what critical thinking is. It's deliberate thinking.
Critical thinking is when,
as opposed to unwanted thoughts.
When the mind automatically, when the mind hears something and it starts comparing. Oh, you know, you want to do some real estate project? Oh, I know. The first thought is, oh, I know Steve who did a real estate project. He put all his money, it didn't work, he went bankrupt, and his wife committed suicide.
Okay, I didn't want you to go that far.
So the contrast mind is alive because it compares things. So I don't, this precious project that I'm working on, and hopefully it's a precious project that you work on, I don't want to subject it into negative comparison. And when people hear something, right away they compare. So now I have to overcome my own conscious mind and control it, quote unquote, and also the other person's mind. So I'm now dealing with two monkeys in my head, not one. One monkey is mine, another one is his. They can't help but compare because that's how the mind works. Unless I can tell them, look, I will only tell you if you're in the present moment. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
So that was the part of the conference. And it's a very rational question. So, okay, if I keep the project to myself and I won't talk about it until it's really strong, how do I elicit some help? Let's say I'm opening I don't know, community hall or something, and I need some help doing the wiring or the plumbing or the appropriate permits or the zoning application, whatever. And I don't know how to do some of those myself. And I need help because I don't have the money to hire someone, right? So then how do I reconcile the fact that I shouldn't tell anybody versus I need help? I think that's what he's asking. It's a very good question. It's a difficult question to answer. Certainly, if you do have a very positive, supporting friend, and then not to tell somebody, you don't have to be so harsh about it. But if you need to decide whether it's yes or no, no, don't tell anybody now. So I need help doing the wiring, and I will pick the person who can help me. And what I would do is I would not be very enthusiastic about my project, because I know in his head he's going to compare right away. He's going to compare his self-image to my self-image. People don't know who they are, so they create self-image. And if I'm doing some kind of a great project, then his self-image is going to object. So the way I would elicit his help is say, well, you know, I'm doing this project. I'm not quite sure if it will succeed, but I'm hoping it will. And I need your help to make it successful because you're so skilled. So in eliciting help, I would not play up the project. I would rather play it down. Why is that? Because in his monkey comparison mind, I didn't hurt his self-image. I don't want to elicit the thought that, oh, look at that, Gabor wants to be better than me. It's all subconscious. It's not like they do it deliberately. So I would say very gently, and you know, I'm trying this project, and I hope I will succeed. And I need help doing the wiring, and I need help from your brother who does applications for zoning. You think it's possible to get some help? So I would play it down. You playing it down in your own mind is not going to affect your manifestation. It's not going to affect your manifestation at all. So it's a very difficult question to answer. It also depends on the person. But generally speaking, if you stick to this, if you must tell, then tell in a very gentle way, not very enthusiastically, and elicit help. And when a person helped and became part of the project, then you can re-enthuse yourself in front of him or her. But even though I answer this question, it's very difficult to answer because it really depends on the person. Yeah. And so that's about as much as I can say about this subject. Okay. It's not, we talked about it in many business conferences, it's not very popular. Go ahead, Yannick.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yannick.
Hi, good to see you.
Sorry, I haven't been with you for a long time. I've been working on Sundays. But I got a question. My business, I got another business, is going pretty well. But there is one obstacle for it to happen. There is one organization who need to give me an answer, and I can't get the answer. How you will deal with that?
Oh, I don't know enough about it to give a good opinion.
But if you got, how do you deal with the feeling?
Yeah.
How do you deal with the feeling of someone not giving you the answers that you want?
If I could answer that question accurately,
yes,
I would probably be in the front page of Time magazine. Or
oh yeah, you can try.
Here is the secret: how to make people do what you want.
Sounds like a God. God, give me.
You know, do you have to have an application or just a conversation, or how would you go about?
I got several companies who say yes, but they're waiting for that person. If they say yes, the project will go ahead. And I don't want to push too much. I don't know how to deal, because now I'm in the present all the time. Thank you, Gabor.
Yeah.
I think I'm there, but sometimes I find myself stuck.
Yes.
Like now, I'm totally stuck. I don't know what to do emotionally in the present, or I don't know.
I understand. Well, from my perspective, I mean, you know, and not specifically related to that problem, but generally, we have an inner fractal and an outer, and there's an outer world is reflected within, So we have a small picture inside and the big picture outside, let's say. Eventually we realize there is no inside and outside, but for the purpose of the conversation, there is an inside and outside. So every problem or issue that I have outside is reflected inside. So it's a small piece here and the big piece there, right? So it's important to give this the best chance. What we do is we focus on the issue or the person or somebody within us in the inner fractal. We deal with the inner fractal very much the same way as we dealt with that upcoming pain.
The fear.
Fear. So there is a fear within me about this outside event, and there is really not much I can do about it. You know, there's very little to do, or if there is something to do, it might show up later. But the best we can do at this moment is embrace it, being with it, feel the fear, if any. If the fear has a voice, you can use the sound. You can use the sound. And sometimes the fear gets much less and much less and much less. So I'm dealing with my outer world from within. And basically I don't stop until that fear disappears. And I didn't do anything about it. I just created the right context within me, within which it's the most favorable for making a decision. So I embrace it inside, breathe into it, give it a sound if necessary. And when there is no fear, then you can make some declarations. Declarations are stuff that you say. It doesn't have to be rational, it doesn't have to be logical. It's like the let there be light kind of comment. Let there be light.
What the hell?
Oh, why not? Just God didn't have to justify. It's just a declaration. So then when you feel this issue in your heart, you keep it in front of you. And when you feel no fear, then you can speak to this issue. You can even use words like, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice that my next meeting just goes easy and wonderful? And wouldn't it be nice if I see the contract being signed? Or you can just say contract signed, not contrast. Contract signed, permit issued, favorable response. And just keep sort of love in your heart. From my perspective, that's the most you can do to nurture the inner fractal of that outside event.
You got a thumbs up.
Yeah, is it good? Good.
Yeah, she's
got thumb. Okay.
Yeah.
So I answered it. Good. Okay.
3 minutes.
What a great group, right?
Wow,
Everybody's
wow.
silent.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, they're all on mute. You don't know.
Just from what I see, the eyes.
I know. I'm kidding.
I know. Okay.
It's just about time.
Oh my God, it's almost.
Time flies when you're having fun.
So, being. We're really grateful that we spent our time together in being. We're really grateful for the universe to bring us together, to be. We're really grateful for the simplicity.
Yeah.
We're grateful for our inheritance. We claim the inheritance by taking our attention and focusing it towards the body. That opens the door to the world of God, quote unquote. I claim my inheritance. Cannot get there, we can only surrender to it, can collapse into it. We're really grateful for this amazing simplicity. First, we seek the kingdom of God, kingdom of God, your inheritance, my inheritance. And then all else shall be added unto you. That's a Bible quote.
Mhm.
It's really true. They don't talk about it very often, but it's so first claim my inheritance, then everything else shall be added. And we're really grateful for this kind of knowledge.
Maybe all that will be added onto you is the inheritance.
Once we elicit the kingdom of God, which is all in this moment, it's already the inheritance.
Mm.
So,
What else is there?
so it's not a gradual process, it's rather a leap. You can only leap into it. Anyway, for now we're just really grateful, and I encourage all of us to angle in during the day at odd times. You know, you riding your bicycle, even driving your car. It's not dangerous. The word of God is not going to keep you in danger. Or cutting carrots, or walking, hugging your tree, whatever you do, building your corporation. It's all the same. Angle in even a little bit. It doesn't have to be a big event. You don't have to stop for it as a separate event. You can. It's easier just to smile and angle in. And even if you feel your hand a little bit, amazing stuff will happen with you. Because we're already holding a little string of God. We're already holding on to God. Even a little bit, that gives us amazing powers. It doesn't have to be complex. So strong encouragement to angle in once in a while. Whether you're having a knee operation, like Gabor just had, or whether if you're talking to your kids, talking to your wife, listening to your neighbor, complaining, whatever, just angle in a little bit and smile. So we're really grateful for all this, and I'm personally really grateful to have all of you with such a quality group. I mean, I'm really grateful. A little bit of angling in and smile will keep this going for you as long as you want it. Very nice to see you guys. See you next time.
See you soon.
Nice to see you.
See you next week.
See you, Sean.
Nice to meet you, Sean. It's hard to say goodbye.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I met up with you guys, and I'll have more study done by next week. That I just found you yesterday on Conscious TV. Wow. So I'm just being respectful of that, and maybe I'll have more conversation next week. Thank you. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.